So you just set up your first affiliate link and now you are checking your dashboard every 20 minutes wondering, when is someone going to buy? I know that feeling. December 3rd, 2021, that's the exact day I started my affiliate marketing journey. You want to know how long it took me to make my first sale? The answer might surprise you, and it's probably not what some guru told you would be. But more importantly, I am going to break down real timeline based on data from hundreds of affiliate marketers in 2026 and show you the exact factors that determine whether you make your first sale in 30 days or 300 days. Because here's the truth, and nobody is talking about. The timeline is not random, it's not just about putting in the work, there's a formula to this. Hey, I am Bishojit BD, founder of Maxbe Marketing, and before I was running a marketing agency, I was a 19 years old kid in Bangladesh watching YouTube videos about making money online during the COVID lockdown. 4 years later, I have gone from zero sales and endless failures to building 2 brands and helping people to create sustainable online businesses. And if you are new here, this channel is all about the real stories, not hype. I share what actually works, that wins and losses. So if that sounds valuable, hit that subscribe button because we are diving deep today. In the next 10 minutes, I am going to show you the real data on how long it takes most people to make their first affiliate sales in 2026. The 5 factors that determine your personal timeline, why some people make sales in a week while others wait months, and importantly, what you can do right now to speed up your timeline dramatically, because the timeline is not same for everyone, and understanding why makes all the difference. Let's start with the numbers. According to a 2025 survey of over 2000 affiliate marketers, here's the actual breakdown. 15% make their first sale within the first 30 days, 35% make it between 30 days to 90 days, 30% make it between 90 to 180 days, and 20% take longer than 6 months or quite before they get. So the maintain timeline, about 90 days, 3 months. But here's what's fascinating. When you are looking at people who made sales for the first 30 days versus those who took 6+ months, they are not doing completely different stories. The difference was usually just 2 to 3 key factors, and I tell you from personal experience, I was not in that 15% who make quick sales. My first year, complete failure. I tried CPA marketing, Facebook ads, online surveys. I was toiling spreadsheet at the wall hoping something would stick. I remember sitting at my auntie's house in Tiruvandor, checking my accounts every hour, thinking maybe today is the day, but nothing, because I was missing the fundamentals, whose were about to break down. But here's the thing that nobody tells you. Those early failures, that was my expensive education. I was learning what not to do, which is just as valuable as knowing what works. So if you are a few months in and have not made a sale yet, that does not mean you are failing. It might just mean you are missing one of the 5 key factors. Quick question before we continue. How long have you been trying affiliate marketing? Drop a comment below. I am genuinely curious about your timeline. Are you day month 1, month 3 or 2 year? Because understanding where you are helps you to know what to focus on next. Alright, let's get into those 5 factors. Factor number 1, your traffic source and volume. This is the biggest one. You can have the perfect product and perfect content, but if nobody sees it, you are not making sales. Here's the reality in 2026. SEO organic content 90 days to 180 days to fast sell, but then it compounds. Paid ads 7 to 30 days if you know what you are doing. Social media with existing audience 30 to 60 days. Email list 1 to 7 days, but if you need the fast sell. I learned this the hard way in 2022. I discovered SEO, and that changed everything. Why? Because SEO gives me predictable, sustainable traffic, but it took time. I am taking months of creating content before I saw consistent visitors. The people making sales in a week on, they usually have on to 2 things: money to spend on ads or an existing audience from another platform. If you are starting from zero like I did, you are probably looking at that 90 to 180 days timeline. And that's okay, because once that traffic starts following, it keeps following. Factor number 2, your niche and product selection. Not all niche are created equal. Some products sell themselves, others need extensive convincing, high-ticket niche people actually looking to buy. 30 to 60 days average example, best budget laptop 2026, top web hosting for beginners, low intent niches, people browsing, not buying, 90 to 180 days example. motivational content, general lifestyle topic. I made this mistake with my World in CPA project back in 2023. I was so focused on what I thought people needed that I forget to check if what they were actually ready to buy. The project failed, but it taught me to validate domain before building something. Here's a quick test. Search your keyword in Google, and if your top results after content or buying guides, that tell you people are in buying mode when they sketch that term. Factor number 3, your content quality and conversion setup. This is where a lot of people get stuck. They get traffic but no sales. Why? Usually it's those issues. Content does not match search intent if you're answering the wrong question. No clear call to action or next step affiliate links feel forced or salesy, no trust building elements. When I finally started making consistent sales, it was not because my traffic exploded. It was because I learned to create content that actually help people to make decisions. Think about it. Will you buy based on your own content? If you're honest and the answer is no, that's your starting point. Factor number 4. Your learning curve and skill stack. Here's the incredible truth. Your timeline is probably dominated by what you already know. Someone with existing skills in writing, SEO or video creation, they have going to move faster. Someone studying completely from scratch, longer timeline but not impossible. I come from a weird background. I spent years as a mechanic assistant in 2018 and 19. I was the kid who built lights from mobile phone batteries and fans from broken toys. That hands-on problem-solving mindset, it translates directly to digital marketing. When something doesn't work, I don't panic. I diagnose what's broken, what needs to adjusting. That's a skill I learned fixing engine, but it applies to fixing low conversion rates. Your background might be different, but you got a transferable skill too. Figure out what they are and learn into their. Factor number 5, your consistency and persistence, the hardest factor to measure but maybe the most important. The data shows you that people who publish content constantly for 90 days and straight have a 70% of success rate to making their first sale. Sporadically, only 30%. That is not about talent, it's about momentum. I failed for an entire year, 2021 into 2022, before anything clicked. But I kept showing up, I kept learning, and eventually the pieces connected. Let me tell you exactly what my timeline looked like. Because I think AI tell help you see where you are in the journey. December 2021 started with pure curiosity, watched on YouTube video, maybe $0. Third, tried everything randomly. Quarter 1 2022, still $0. But I was learning SEO, understanding how search engine work, how people actually find content online. Quarter 2, quarter 3 2022. First tiny commission start tracking in. Not life-changing, maybe enough for a mail or two, but it's was proof. Proof that this could work. Late 2022 and 2023, consistent income, studying, still in school, still learning, but now I understand that formula. 2024 launched Maxbe Marketing. Now I am not just doing affiliate marketing, I am helping others brand build their online business using everything I learned the hard way. The timeline from 0 to fast sale, about 8 to 9 months for me. From 0 to constant income, about 18 months. Was that fast? No, but it was it's real. Absolutely. Here's what I wish someone had told me back then. The timeline doesn't matter as much the trajectory. Are you learning? Are you improving? Are you building something sustainable? Because the alternative trying to make a quick bag and burning out, that's helped nobody. So here's what you need to do based on where you are. If you're in the first 30 days, focus on traffic sources and own niche. Don't split yourself thin. Create your first 10 pieces of content. Build the foundation. Next, don't expect sales yet. Expect to learn. If you are in months 2 to 3, analyze what's working. Check your traffic sources. Are people actually finding your content? If not, that's a problem. Not your conversion rate. Double down on what's getting traction. If you're 6+ months in with no sales, stop at times. Something in those 5 factors is broken. Usually it's either traffic, nobody's seeing your content, or conversion, people are seeing it but not buying. Be honest about what is next and fix it. And here's something I learned from my mechanic days. Something you need to take your wild things apart to see what's wrong. Maybe your niche is too buried. Maybe your content is not messing what people actually want. Maybe you need to be rebuilt from a better foundation. The 3 months spent, here's what I recommend. Commit to 90 days of constant action, not perfect action. Consistent action, create content 3 to 4 times per week. Study what's working in your niche. Engage with your audience, track your progress at the end of 90 days, or either have your first sale or you will have enough data to know exactly what to fix. Look, here's the bottom line. There's no magic timeline. The person telling you they made 10,000 in their first months, they either hate unfair advantage you don't see, or they are selling you something. The real timeline for most people in 2026 about around 90 to 180 days for that first sale if you are doing things right. But doing things right means choosing the right niche of product, building real traffic, not hoping for luck, creating content that actually helps people, decade building constant even when you do not see immediate results. Learning from every failure. I am 20 years old. I'm still in university studying economics. I'm not some decades-long guru with all the answers. I am just someone a few steps ahead who is willing to reach back and show you the real path. Your first sale will come, but only if you stick around long enough to learn what works. If this was helpful, hit the like button. It tells it to show this to more people who want to need here the real timeline instead of for the hype. Subscribe if you want more honest content about building online businesses, and drop a comment telling me where you are in your journey, day 1 or month 6. I read every comment. I am genuinely rooting for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.